I wasn't born here. I came here when I was little.
Another one.
If I were to ask you, where are you actually really from? Where are you actually, like, really, really, really from? You wouldn't know.
Stop it. Get some help.
Originally, where you are from is where your ancestors came from, or your grandparents. We all know that most of the African American came here through slavery. Honestly, to be honest, all of you are just confused. You clearly don't even know where you're actually from.
They said another gave you money.
Just because you were born and raised in America, it doesn't mean you're from America.
Bitch, you guessed it.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Why Africans hate African Americans, or why Africans dislike African Americans. Let's talk about it. As an African myself, I'm going to talk about this because it's a personal experience I have seen with the African American community. I myself, I've been in the US for about 12 years. Ever since I've been here, not one African American has been welcoming to me. They've always been so judgy. They're giving me the side eye look every time I talk, every time I open my mouth. You guys are like, huh, huh. You guys fail to understand that I have like 5 different languages that are playing in my head, and English doesn't happen to be one of them. When I first came to America, I didn't know how to say hi. I didn't know how to say hello. I didn't even know how to introduce my name. I didn't even know how to count from 1 to 10. Instead of you guys welcoming me because we have the same skin color, you guys want to bully me. You want to talk about how much I smell, how much I don't know how to shower. I'm new to the country. I don't know what you guys are using. The only thing I was used to it was water, soap, and powder. And if that's not that bad to you, where you have to sit next to me in a classroom and all you did was this, my bad. But that was very, very good. In high school or in life in general, you guys don't want to get into groups. You guys don't want to partner up with us. You guys, even if we do partner up with you guys, you don't want to hear what we have to say. We always feel left out. We're so scared to talk around you because it's so hard for you to even understand us or even pay attention to what we're actually saying to you. When a white person cannot understand what you're saying, all they say that is this. Hey, I notice your accent. Where are you from? Your accent is so beautiful. Where are you from? And when you tell them where you're from, how many languages you speak, and why you struggle to speak English, they're so happy. They're so excited. You know how hard it is to learn a language that you knew nothing about? In a year, I'm talking, I'm introducing myself. I'm going to the store, I'm doing a lot of stuff on my own. You know how hard that is? One thing that really, really gives me an ick about the African American people is when you guys have a problem with somebody. You want to throw in somebody's whole family. You want to talk about how you're going to unalive the whole family. You want to get your whole family to come and fight, start this whole drama over a little misunderstanding because somebody skipped you in line at a grocery store or somebody took something that was just the only item that was there and you wanted it and the person wanted it. You want to talk about how when you get to the car, you're going to shoot that person. Come on now. Let's be mindful and very professional. You guys are so loud. You guys are very, very mean. You don't consider how other people feel. You just put your feelings first before you even think about any situation. But there's no way you're very willing to shoot me outside a grocery store parking lot because I took too long to pay because I couldn't understand what the cashier said. There's no way at work I'm opening my store because it doesn't smell like the food you usually eat and you're like this. There is no way. That is so disrespectful. There's no way any problem you have with somebody, you're gonna mention how much gun you have in your car. You guys live like you don't care about what happens tomorrow. You wanna fight, you wanna go to jail, you don't care. I care about my life. I care about what's on my background. So I'm not gonna be involved with people who actually don't care about going to prison, about being arrested for assault, for fighting, for just hurting people. There's no way I'm gonna be around those people. That's not me. We feel, and I saw this person ask, why do we talk to white people? And why do we talk to white people in the U.S.? Why people actually understand this? What makes you different? They also only speak English. You only speak English too. They understand us because they actually listen. You guys are just loud for no reason. You just screaming, jumping around for no reason. You don't listen. Like you don't listen to listen. You listen to talk. This is my own opinion. Why I do not like African American people. I don't speak for everybody.
Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
This comment says, if you're white, I would assume you're a Trump supporter from how you talk. How did you know? I am 100% a Trump supporter. Why? I don't have a problem with Trump and the way he does things. If you do good things and actually care about yourself, I'm sure Trump is not, it's not gonna like be a problem to you. It's those people who are always getting in trouble, always doing a lot of crimes that actually hate Trump. I don't care. What makes Trump any different? Is it because he's a white president? I love Trump. I support Trump. Even the last years Trump didn't win president, I cried. I love Trump. I don't care what you say. I love Trump. I'm gonna support Trump. I actually like the idea that Trump is deporting people who are here, who came here illegally. You get it? If you came here the right way, Trump, you have no problem with Trump. If you stay out of violence, if you don't commit murders, you don't do all those crimes, Trump has no problem with you. Because the way you guys live your life is the reason why you're so afraid of supporting Trump. I love Trump because I have nothing to hide.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
Another one.
This girl says, you came to our home. You're clearly anti-black, as if expected black Americans to kiss y'all are out of your minds. We know what you are. First of all, let me correct you for a second. Just because you were born and raised in America, it doesn't mean you're from America.
Are you dumb? I think she's dumb. I think she's dumb. Are you, like, medically speaking?
Originally, where you are from is where your ancestors came from, or your great-grandparents. We all know that most of the African American came here through slavery. Honestly, to be honest, all of you are just confused. You clearly don't even know where you're actually from.
Who told you that?
Instead of being so rude and always thinking somebody's trying to attack you for speaking about their personal experience, be kind and actually learn about culture differences. Because you might be from where I'm from and we might be the same people, but because you don't listen to actually listen, you listen to just talk, you're never gonna listen. Right now, if Trump was to say, you know what, everybody go where you came from, where are you gonna go?
And the sad part is, she was dead ass serious.
Let me give you an example. I wasn't born here. I came here when I was little. If I have kids, if I'm here for so long and I happen to pass away, my kids are gonna be like, oh, I am African American. I was born here, I was raised here, but clearly they know they're African, like their roots is African. They're from Africa. So if I were to ask you, where are you actually really from? Where are you actually, like, really, really, really from? You wouldn't know.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
So don't come in here talking about, oh, you in my home, you clearly want me to kiss. No, you don't have to kiss my ass, because you kissing my ass, that's not gonna bring food to my table.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So I'm just a little bit confused. And shout out to anybody who made it to the live stream earlier today. Much love, respect, and appreciation. But I'm a little bit confused on how this is consistently a conversation online that I see a lot of Africans, both who are in the United States, from within Africa, or in the UK, or where else, wherever they are on this planet. It seems that this is always some type of a go-to conversation. Instead of them talking directly about their home, their people, and everything there, building that up, supporting that, and the intricate details of the government and the system trying to educate people, the conversation revolves around Black Americans and how it is that we are not really American, and we don't know our history. We don't know where it is that we come from, and that supposedly we are them and they are us and all. Like, it's a little bit weird to me. It's a little bit 100% weird. And the main thing that I've told people before is seemingly that the only way that a lot of these Africans who decide that they want to down talk Black Americans, the only way that they can get any types of looks directly on their platform is by way of bringing us up. Now, on the other end, when it deals with Black Americans, we don't have to do that. We can completely just ignore. We can just not do anything revolved around or dealing with them, and we can get the looks. We can get the likes. We can, get subscribers. All of this stuff up, right? We don't have to badmouth or down talk anything that they're doing in order to get a little bit of light. But as you were able to see this woman here in 3 of the videos, and she more than likely has more, she decided that she is a runner and a track star coming directly from her homeland, her country, right? She is proud of who it is that she is. So proud, in fact, that she wanted to try to tell Black people that we don't know who it is that we are. We can be proud to be American. I can literally tell them that I'm American. I'm from here. I'm Black American. This is my history. This is my place. This is my home, generation after generation after generation after generation. And for whatever reason, they will turn around and they will be like, oh, well, where are you from? Where is your grandparents from? Where are your parents really from? Do you really know, have you really traced back your heritage, and do you know where you're from? And it's a very tiring thing to have to explain to people that you know where you're from. You understand where you're from. You can trace your lineage back, hundreds of years and all this other type of stuff. But magically with them, that's still not enough, right? And it's a little bit weird to me, right? You're proud to be African. You might be proud to be from the Caribbean islands or whatnot, whatever. You're proud to be from, um, what is it, the UK, whatever it is, right? You're proud of your heritage, right? And nobody's going to question you. For whatever reason, everybody around the world, like I said before, seemingly is on the same team when it deals with trying to tell Black Americans that they are not American. I'm like, that's a little bit weird to me, because Black Americans are not out here trying to tell other people that they're not really where it is that they're from, that you're really originally from this one place, because this is where we're not doing that. You say that you're Chinese, you're Chinese. You say that you're Caribbean, you're Caribbean. You say that you're Jamaican, you are Jamaican. You say that you're African in the UK, or you're just a person in the UK, okay, fine. You say that you're just African from Nigeria, okay, cool, fine. We're not going to sit up there and try to debate you and try to tell you that you don't know where you're from, you're running from your hair. We're not going to do that. But for whatever reason, you have a lot of Africans that want to do that to Black Americans. Like I said, that's weird, because the only reason that y'all can talk so freely and so disrespectfully is because we were here to begin with. And we opened up the doors, blew them off the hinges in order for you to even be able to survive. Before us, you weren't sitting here surviving amongst white people. You just weren't. You were over there in Africa doing whatever it is that you were doing over there in Africa, whatever tribes, whatever cities, and all this other type of stuff that y'all had going on. That's specifically what you were doing. But now that you made it here, you got a little bit of something. You feel that you might be a little bit ahead of Black Americans. Now y'all want to start pulling out flags. Y'all want to start waving them. Y'all want to start talking real slick, real greasy when it deals with us. And you're in our home at the end of the day. And when somebody Black American tells you as an African that this is our home, this is our home. And as this is our home, you should be as respectful as possible. You need to be treading very lightly, because when we're over there in Africa and we are amongst you guys, we're not trying to be disrespectful. We're not trying to talk to you a certain type of way. We're not trying to sit up there and demean you or devalue you and all. We're not trying to do any of that. We appreciate how it is that you welcomed us here. We appreciate that you want us to sit up there and come back. We appreciate the fact that some of you guys are like, hey, you might be from Ghana, so come get your citizenship. And we appreciate that. We love that. We respect that. Right? We're not going to sit up there. When we come directly over there, we are hitting that rug at the front step, and we are taking off our shoes or dusting off our shoes. We are showing respect directly to your home, to your land, because that is yours. Africa is yours because you are African. Right? So when you come into America, guess what? You are African American, not Black American, African American. Because like I said, there is a clear-cut difference. And whenever it is that these conversations happen, the other conversation that takes place is that a lot of Africans like to differentiate themselves from Black Americans. Y'all always say like, we know our culture, we know our language, we have our history, our stories, and this and that. But you Black Americans, you don't have anything. The only thing that y'all can basically go back to is basically say, you Black Americans, you were just slaves, and that's it. Again, you got just that story. You don't know anything before that. But we can sit up there and tell you that our people here were doing things before a lot of these other things transpired and took place, and so on and so on and so on. That we were on the lands of the lands and yada, yada, yada. And you have a lot of people that want to try to say that, oh, well, that wasn't really you. That was the natives. If that was true, then why is ICE picking up natives from these tribes? Oops, I guess they're not really Native American. Why is it that some of these quote unquote white folks here who claim to have indigenous links or blood are found to not have it at all? And now they're upset at town hall meetings because they're getting told that they're not Native Americans, but they already knew this. Like I said, it's a very long lie that has been told about a lot of things, and a lot of titles and brandings have been taken from groups of people. And the truth is slowly coming directly to the top at the end of the day. But a lot of people don't want to hear it. And especially if you have Black people saying that they were, indigenous to anything, or that Black people already, ain't nobody trying to hear that. People are like, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You were just slaves. You were just slave. You were just slave. White people sold you, and Africans sold you. That's it. That's all you have. You were nothing, right? And I'm like, how is it possible that everybody believes in that exact same thing? And nobody finds that suspicious. Nobody finds that a little bit problematic, that all of these other people are on the people who don't even agree with each other, right? Historically, are on the same team when it deals with trying to tell Black Americans what it is that they are, who it is that they are, where it is that they're from, and where it is that they're not from. It's a little bit weird to me. That's all I'm saying. And I'm simply saying again that a lot of these Africans need to start showing immense respect, because if we weren't here, neither would you. You would not be here. You would be over there in Europe somewhere. But, here we are, and here you are. And just like I said, for other people where ICE needs to get called, for a lot of these Africans that pull up disrespectful, I need ICE to show up to these African homes real quick to make sure that the papers and everything is directly in order. Like I said, I'm not playing no games. If you got Africans out here that want to be disrespectful, Black Americans need to be just as disrespectful to let people know what time it is. This is why, like I said before, you need to be talking real nice to a lot of people directly out here. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.